Hi everyone, today we'd like to discuss the Octavia team, Octavia Dante combo, synergy team. In the previous video we saw how dots works and what makes this particular combo that strong. Okay, in this video we are going to discuss what are the counters of Octavia Dante team. First of all, we need to understand what is this Octavia Dante team. So to provide a little bit of information or from the experience we have had so far, we see always Octavia Dante, and then we have seen a combo of another three heroes, really very weird combinations. We have count around 42 different teams since Octavia was released, and we have find in Global Wars or Global Championship, which makes already an example of how strong is this combo that people could use any other three combination of heroes. There is also the second option, which is people is still experimenting, so they are using very random heroes to see what is the outcome of how people beat them, which is also interesting, right? It opens a lot of doors to possibilities on how to build this team. Usually this team, the most common combination that we have seen is the Adio team, which is Aurora, Dante, Octavia, Iris, and then another hero, usually Nebula. I see also commonly used, instead of using Iris, using Heidi. I also see people who doesn't want to use Nebula and they use Morrigan. And then other different teams, instead of using Iris or Heidi, instead they use Amira, okay, which is a totally different, requires a totally different answer. Okay, then we have seen full eternity combinations, which is Corvus, Morgan, Iris. Okay, and other people have decided not to go with Iris and use Jasmine instead. Okay, like you see, there are multiple combinations. Let's go to the most common one, which is probably this one. And one important thing here is we see, with Aurora, we see also people, instead of using Nebula, they have used Morgan for the health and the armor penetration. Where is Morgan? Here. Okay, this is another combo that we have seen quite often. Then we see also people that independently they use Iris or use Heidi, they have put Martha at the end. The reason of using Martha at the end is because in this other combination, okay, Iris or Heidi, they go to the last position, the last position 4, and how Octavia works and the last skill of Octavia, all the damage will not go to Octavia, it will go to the 4th hero, in that case Iris or Heidi. So you have heroes that damage the 4th or the 5th hero in the line. With Octavia teams, all this damage will go to the 4th hero, so if your 4th hero is not strong enough, doesn't have a lot of health, and Heidi and Iris don't have, then they will die very fast. And this is one of the techniques people are using to kill Octavia teams. So it's recommended always to put Martha, okay, Martha or maybe Jorge, heroes that they are strong and have a lot of life. In that case, I like Martha because Martha is able to recover all the damage done to her. So this is a good combo, okay, particularly in defense. So this is what we have seen. So from these 42 teams that we were fighting against them, the main manner to kill them has been always through mystic heroes, okay, and there are two approaches. First approach is go with pure damage heroes, and the pure damage heroes or heroes that does pure damage, the main relevant one is Heidi, okay, particularly the flower. Okay, this is the main relevant hero for pure damage. From these 42 teams, we were able to build more than 80% of the teams that we used to beat 10-0, simulating more than 4 and 5 times. We always use Heidi in 80 something percent, which means that Heidi is one of the most relevant heroes against Octavia teams. The second hero you can use for pure damage is Maya, that also give you health. The problem of Maya or the problem of Heidi also is they are not heroes that they are very commonly used, so they are very niche. So building two heroes only for niche situation versus Octavia is a pain and is costly. So take this into account. Okay, so this is the approach for pure damage type of heroes, and for the other approach is use Satori, another mystic hero. So we know Octavia team gains too much energy, and Satori put marks in heroes gaining extra energy than it was not expected. So the idea here is, okay, you gain all the energy you want, because every time you gain energy, I'm going to put you a Fox mark, and then when Satori ultimates, it's going to kill the team. There are some caveats here related to magic penetration, and because at the end, Satori's magic attack and Octavia team dodge magic attack, so we need to take into account this, because it's not always a guarantee. I see a little bit of instability with Satori, which I don't see this instability with pure damage teams. Okay, so for pure damage teams, the most common teams is always Heidi as a magic deer, and then there is this crazy team which is using Lian. The idea is you will have Heidi in front of the whole team, so it will be receiving all the damage, and then it will ultimate a lot, which will put a lot of flowers and it will do a lot of damage. Then you have Lian, which will, every time someone attacks Lian, it will charm the hero that attacks, and also it will charm the whole team with Lian ultimates. Then we use Dante, Dorian. We use Dorian. Dorian, the good thing of Dorian is vampiric aura, and we know Dante pulls the whole team. At the end, you group the whole team, which means if you have vampiric aura of Dorian, because your whole team is around, the whole team will receive a vampiric aura. You only need Dorian to survive until the whole team is pushed by Dante. Then it can die because the vampiric aura is still alive despite Dorian dies, which means the whole team will have 105 of vampiric aura, which is super important. Then to protect this team until this happens, you need Aiden, because it has the shield protector and also increase the health of the team, plus Martha, again speed and health. Okay, as you see, it's a very interesting team because none of them does really damage except Heidi. Lian charms and slows down the team, and the other three heroes is mainly shields and health regeneration. Okay, this team was able to beat approx 65% of the Octavia teams we tested. Okay, so it's quite good team, and it's cheap to build. You only need to have the Heidi. The only problem of this team is Lian is a key component of the combo city Amira Lian against tough teams. You need Aiden with Sessa against Progress team, or Aiden and Kayla for Fire Siblings, and then Martha sometimes you use it for to kill Progress teams. So there are some caveats there. If you have multiple teams, it will be not a problem, but having this team, you are using key components of other main teams or meta teams. You need to take this into account. The other team, the other pure damage team, it use Heidi, as I mentioned before, is the key. It use Nebula and Maya. So the idea is Maya, Heidi to do pure damage, Nebula increase their power, also Maya does health, provides health. Then of course we use Martha here, and then we use Anbari as a tank. If I find the idea of Anbari, it provides stun, it protects the hero with the lower armor, and also it avoids to push the heroes back, so it stops Dante to allow the other heroes to pull back. Okay, anyways, if Dante hits Anbari, will be able to move Anbari back. It's something you need to take into account. And this is the other team. This team has performed around 50%. So 50% of the teams we were fighting against, we were able to beat with this team at least 10-0 or 9-1. Okay, and again, it's not good because it performs worse than the previous team we saw, and it requires to build Maya, not only Heidi, Maya, which is we are talking about two niche heroes only for this use case. And then finally, the Satori team that we have been testing is Astaroth, to ensure that the Satori dies can recover, and so to burn the energy of Octavia. Then we put Anbari for the same reason, to protect Satori. And then here we usually put Martha. Okay, and other teams, instead of using Martha, they use Phobos, because Phobos is very good. When it ultimates, it will slow down the whole team, and you need a magic penetration hero. You can use Celeste instead of Faceless, but the problem of Celeste, when Celeste applies the magic attack, there are two phases of Celeste. One is health, and the other is damage, magic attack damage. When they do this, if the other team start to dodge, it will increase too much the dodge of the hero, the energy of the hero, and then it will be negative for you. So I think faceless is better than using Celeste. Okay, and because what you need, the reason you need Maya penetration is because a lot of the marks of Satori will be dodge. So you need, when you hit, you need to hit very well. So you need to really do damage. So you need to hit with a Maya penetration artifact in place. Okay, so this is the team. For performance base, the pure damage teams, I will show you here. I already asked a guildmate to simulate them. No, they have been rotated already or no. Okay, here you will see all the simulations and you have an idea. So with the first version of the pure damage team, as you see for the traditional Octavia Dante teams, you can do 10-0 without not too much problems. But then when we go to the version of Morrigan, okay, with our Aurora, you see start not performing that well. Then when we have the version with, as you see with Aurora, but you see Morrigan with Heidi, you see it doesn't perform that well. And particularly this one is quite bad. Okay, the one that is with Martha, as I mentioned before, when you put Martha as a 4 hero, the damage that Heidi does, or removing the toxins and going to the last, Martha is able to survive and then is able to do a better job. Okay, 37 with the full eternity, and then 9-1 with Jasmine. Okay, works quite well versus Amira. And then we go to the version of Astaroth. Here, what we wanted to try is to see if with Astaroth we can work, or we need Anbari also, particularly because I don't have Anbari, so we wanted to see if Astaroth works. As you see, it works well with the traditional teams. Here 9-1, okay, but it works well. But we go against to the problems of if we had Martha. Okay, this team performs a little bit better than the other one because we had 2 damage dealers, Heidi and Maya, but still it's not a 10-0. As you see, using Martha is really a good counter against these teams. The whole Eternity team, 1-9, as you see, these teams cannot beat the whole Eternity team. With Jasmine, it's much worse. The other one was able to win, but this one not at all. Okay, and then we move to use Anbari, as I mentioned before. And with Anbari, what we see is a little bit of better performance. But for example, here we'll see 8-2 before we were winning. But in the key teams, we see better. Like for example, this one was before 1-9, but still 4-6, which is not enough to win the team. Okay, how's it held? Now I think it's Slappy doing some tests. Okay, so this is how it works. Now the next video will be related to using Satori instead of heavy approaches of pure damage. But we already tested Satori. I asked a guildmate, but I think he didn't have time yet to publish the results of using Satori. But the results are very similar and the conclusion is the same. Like, you need the pure damage teams, you need progress, you need tough. Okay, tough, particularly tough. Some variants of tough using Jasmine instead of Artemis, using Corvus and also Astaroth. Okay, instead of Luther and Clever. Sometimes you need Luther and Clever, but other times no. In other words, like, there is not a team for all the tests we have done that really beats the Octavia teams, Octavia Dante teams, not at all. If we are talking about the traditional team of using Aurora with Dante, Nebula, blah blah, yes, this pure damage team will be able to beat, but the moment that you go with the full Eternity teams, or you go with variations of the team with Jasmine, etc., it doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work. We have been able to kill the 42 Octavia team. It's not like there is not a counter for this team, but this is what happens. So to be able to kill Octavia at the end of the day is a combination of having 2 teams. The pure damage team, you can decide what to go. You would like to go with the Aiden, Martha, and Dorian. Okay, going with the pure damage this one, or going with the Anbari Maya version. I'm going to go with this one because I don't want to build Maya if you don't need Maya at all, and also I don't want to build Anbari, and I don't mind to improve a little bit Lian because I use Lian a lot versus tough teams, and at the end I will only need to spend a little bit on Dorian, like maybe 1 skin or something like this, and the team will be ready. So at the end of the day, you only need to invest a little bit in Dorian and in Heidi. Mainly Heidi is the investment. With this, you know that you beat around 60 to 65% of the teams we have seen so far with Octavia, which is okay. Then from the remaining, you have always staff that will help you sometimes in these teams, or you will need to do the Satori team that I mentioned before. Mainly, you will need Ambari, Astaroth, okay, Asatan, maybe there are other variants. People, I see people instead of using this, using Luther. Okay, it depends on which other three heroes the Octavia team has. Okay, and then you will need one magic penetration. This is 100%. You can use Celeste. You can use Faceless. I think Faceless is better option than Celeste. And then you need something behind and health. Could be Martha, could be Phobos, could be depending on what is the other teams. With these combos, with these two heroes, or sorry, with these two teams, the one with pure damage with Lian and Heidi, and with the one with Phobos, Faceless, Satori with Ambari, we were able to almost beat the 42 teams we saw before. Sometimes we need to use stuff, sometimes we need to use progress, but mainly if taking into account you have already the 3 or 4 meta teams, you will need to build the team of pure damage, so Heidi, and it will be mandatory, and also you will need to build Satori for the second version of the team. Okay, so this combination of Satori teams and Heidi teams will allow you to beat like 90 to 95% of Octavia teams. Okay, so hope it helps. Again, it's a very interesting team, and it's not an easy team to find a team that beats always or beats like 90% of the times, because it's not the case. Like you need two different teams, and it will depend a lot on what the other three heroes the Dante Octavia team has to decide how to beat the team. Okay, so hope it helps, or at least clarify a little bit, and good luck.